What is up, you guys, and welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. Another week, another Monday. We got more news. Today, we are talking about bold predictions. We're talking about some contract controversy. And we got a little fun segments going on about we're making fun of Sam Darnold. And stick around to make sure you guys catch Gabe's trivia for your chance to win a giveaway. Yes, I did say giveaway. You guys will have a chance to win a giveaway in this video, so stay tuned, you guys. We're super excited. We got the whole gang. Let's get right to it. Be strong. Woo! That needs to get up.
What's going on?
If you guys haven't seen yet, we do have a new logo, which is right above Reed's head. It is pretty clean. Yes, I know. I like it. I think the guys like it. We're super excited about it. Hope you guys are too.
I love it. Love it. We spent millions on it because we just love you guys and we want it to look awesome. So it was worth it, though, I guarantee you.
The struggle of finding a good logo, it is tough. It really is tough. I'm still in the process of fixing a few things with the original person to make our logo. Do not recommend. Don't even remember the name. But anyways, we're here to talk about football. In fact, not so pro football. That's right. We're talking bold predictions for this upcoming 2021 season. We're talking about the Jajuan James situation. So that's going to be fun as well. We're talking Hard Knocks, and then we got a couple of fun things going on. And don't worry, we do have the giveaway going out. So stay tuned, you guys, for your chance to win the giveaway. Are you guys going to enter to win the giveaway?
I'm answering without a doubt.
You're answering?
I mean, I know the answer, so free win.
Oh, well, it is your trivia. I'll be scared if you didn't know the answer to your own question. Oh man. Vince, you're looking clean over there. I don't like the logo, but I mean that's a clean shirt. You're looking clean out there, my guy.
You there, boy?
Ooh, I see it. I see you.
Should be rocking another, but it didn't run the ball.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Let's kick off this podcast with a very, I don't want to say a common, probably one of the most asked questions as of right now. Out of this whole league and this upcoming 2021 season, which coach, team, or player has the most to prove this season? Who needs to do the most in order to keep their job? Who is it? Let's kick it off. Let's see. Do I see someone's raising their hand?
I'll go.
Okay. Ooh, you go for it.
I would say the player that has most to prove this season, it would be Cam Newton.
Okay.
He's had some rough seasons in the past. I've always agreed. He's on the Patriots this season. He played with them last year. Didn't do too stellar. But they decided to re-sign him for this year to another one-year deal. And really, he has everything to prove for if he wants to continue his career in the NFL. I've followed Cam Newton's career throughout since he started, and I've always seen that he has a bad year then a good year, bad year then a good year, and I really think this next year could be a good year for him. And if it is, then he can maybe continue his career with the Patriots, maybe potentially, or find a new team with whoever needs a quarterback next season. But if he doesn't have a good season this year, I mean, the Patriots aren't going to re-sign him, and I don't see another team that's willing to pay him money when he hasn't shown up for the past few years. So this is really a year for him to show that he still has it in the NFL. And if he doesn't do good this season, or even he does all right, this will be his last season in the NFL, I believe.
Bold predictions.
Yeah, that is a very bold prediction. I don't see him continuing on with the Patriots. He's probably going to only be good for maybe a second string position, but he's probably going to retire, open up his own clothing store or whatnot. But you're at Turtle 12. Thank you for joining us live. I see your comment. You said Tim Tebow Yes, there are talks that the Jaguars are closing in on a deal to sign Tim Tebow as their tight end, on a 1-year deal. Keep in mind, so give him a chance to prove himself that he is still in NFL shape. Talk more about Tim Tebow, says Zombie K98. So that's what we're doing for you right now. Tim Tebow, if you did not know, has a chance to reunite with his old college coach. That was his coach went back when he was in the Florida Gators. They did win a championship. Urban Meyer was the head coach, and Tim Tebow was also the Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Yeah, he was also the Heisman Trophy winner. So yeah, it's going to be an awesome reconnection there. So Urban Meyer, he chooses his QB, and he gets his old QB back. That'll be a fun little situation. And he's known to be the turnaround for teams. He's known to turn teams around to make them into winning teams and have that expectation. But I'm not a huge fan of him. He was an Ohio State coach. Not a big fan of Ohio State. But yeah, there's your Tim Tebow talk. Let's keep on moving on with this. Who has the most to prove in this upcoming season?
Awesome. I will go next, I guess. The real question about the Tim Tebow is I hope he wears number 15 as a tight end. That'd be cool. So this is for them boys out there, them 16-0, 17-0 boys out there. If y'all are watching, probably not, but it's okay. My player to prove this year, it's going to be a player, has to be Ezekiel Elliott. The reason why I say this is because lately he's been on a down slope. He is one of the highest paid running backs in the league. He did throw a fit a couple of seasons ago about not getting paid enough, and he even sat out a couple of games, if I'm not mistaken, or threatened to sit out. So this season, I think, is a good season. He hasn't had a good 1,000-yard season since 2019. I know that was 2 years ago, but he did do a little downslope this season with only 979 yards. The biggest issue I think he has is that he has 5 fumbles from last season. So you definitely need to protect the ball. I know he missed a game. He played 15 games, but he is one of the team's foundation in the big three with Amari Cooper, Dak, and Zeke. I think he needs to bounce back and have an amazing year, run the ball hard, and stay healthy. I know he had some hamstrings injuries and all that. Stop getting tattoos on his stomach. But he needs to prove himself yet again that he's a bad man, he's a hard runner, and he's one of the top running backs in the league. Because lately, Zeke hasn't been in the picture lately. That's all I got to say.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been in the picture. He does have a lot to prove. He is getting paid a lot of money, but he hasn't been producing. Of course, you could say, well, you guys didn't have a QB, so a lot of the load was on him. But we're going to see this upcoming season. We'll see. Vince, who do you think?
Well, since we're all going players here, I was going to go with Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just think that guy coming up from having a prestigious run in the college football world, I just think he's got something to prove. I was going to talk about Robert Saleh and Nick Sirianni, but these guys have already been in the NFL league for at least a couple of years. Robert Saleh more as a defensive coordinator. But, Urban Meyer's got more to prove here. He's got the number 1 pick at his quarterback, so he's going to bring back Tim Tebow. He also got a pretty good running back in the first round and a bunch of good picks after that. Throw it, AJ. Throw it. Throw that yellow flag. There he is. Anyways, I'll continue, and then AJ can say why he thinks it's a flag on the play. But anyways, I just think that Urban Meyer has more to prove. The past 10 years, the Jacksonville Jaguars haven't really stepped up their game too much. They've had decent seasons, but they haven't been in the playoffs in a while. And I just think him coming into the league, trying to be a good coach for this team and bring them out of their rut, I just think that he's got a lot of pressure on him, more so than their quarterback situation. Go ahead, AJ. Say what you guys say.
I threw the flag for you Spotify and SoundCloud listeners. I threw a yellow flag, penalty flag, because I mean, I'm going to talk about Robert Saleh. That's my person who I think has the most to prove, and that's why I threw the flag, because there's no such thing as a Robert Saleh here. It is pronounced Robert Saleh. Please spit some respect on that name.
It's not Saley?
It's Saleh.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Dude, come on, man. He was the defensive coordinator for the Niners.
I mean, it looks like it should be Saley.
Saley sounds weird.
Anyways, that's why I threw the
Saleh.
flag. Saleh, I feel like he's the person who has the most to prove this upcoming 2021 season. He's a first-time head coach. He's never been a head coach before. And the Jets put a lot of chips in with this guy. They've been trying to find a decent head coach. They haven't been really looking too much, because they've only had 2 other head coaches before Robert Saleh, before they had a winning season, which was back in 2015, and that was Todd Bowles. So they had Todd Bowles in 2015. He was there for 3 years. His first year there, he had a winning season. They were 10-6, and then after that, it was just downhill. They replaced him with Adam Gase. Didn't have any luck there. You know what? We're gonna go shopping around. Robert Saleh was a huge name out there because he was very successful with the Niners. Even with the broken down team, the defense was very decent. He's coming off of Kyle Shanahan, very wise guy. They, it's someone like taking Matt Patricia out from Bill Belichick, that kind of situation. But hopefully it doesn't end the same for Robert Saleh. But he has a lot going for him. I mean, their draft was just phenomenal and really building around Wilson. It's going to be – I really hope this works out for him, because if not, then he might not ever have that title again. And by the way, if you guys are keeping updated with the NFL, I know there's rumors about Richard Sherman maybe joining the Jets with his old defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. Sadly, about 9 hours ago, yes, you guys are getting updated information right here, not so pro. 9 hours ago, that idea was shut down because as of right now, Richard Sherman, as you guys know, Richard Sherman fans, he is his own agent. Go figure. Not surprised there. But he is in the talks, trying to close in on a deal with the San Francisco 49ers, hopefully joining them back. If it's not the San Francisco 49ers, there's also talks that he would also like to join the Seattle Seahawks. He made one thing clear. He wants to go to a Super Bowl contending team. That's what he wants. This is his last year. Not his last year. This is his last contract, and he wants to go out a winner. But yeah, so I think it's Robert Saleh. Everyone says Joe Douglas, the GM for the Jets, had all the decisions made already before the draft, so Saleh didn't really have a chance to really be that head coach and pick his guy. But you know what? Let him show what he has out there in the field. I love this guy, super energetic. He builds that connection with the team and all the players, and I do believe he has what it takes.
Nice.
I have to agree. Yeah.
You what?
I half agree.
You half to agree?
I still think that Urban Meyer has more to prove because he's already been a head coach in college. So he's taking that big step coming from the collegiate to the actual professional league. But you did make some good points for sure, Robert Saleh, if you say it like that. So I'll start saying it like that. But yeah, I believe that he's already had his imprint here on the NFL. Like he's a great defensive mind, and I think he's going to bring that to the Jets, and that's why I think that he doesn't have too much pressure on him. Of course, the Jets have historically lately been super horrible, so I don't think there's too much pressure on him in this year because they know it's going to be a progressive thing. I'm not too sure what his contract is, but I'm pretty sure it's longer than a year. But yeah, so that's why I just think it's Urban Meyer as one of the top coaches to have. For sure, Robert Saleh is like, yeah, in my opinion, but not so pro football boys.
I agree with Vince.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about Urban Meyer talks is he's very successful in college, but a lot of people doubt that he could bring that to the next level, which is the NFL. Which I don't know how true that is. Saying that it is the next level. Because it's tough. I mean, in college, there's so many so much talent out there spread around different teams. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about most exciting games this upcoming season. And you know what? I kind of want to kick it off. I want to
kick it off.
I want to kick it off because we're just talking about it. The most exciting game for me is not a Niners game. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars against the New York Jets. We're just talking about this. We have Urban Meyer against Robert Saleh. Boom, they're going to clash it out. Number 1, number 2 picks of the NFL draft. We got Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence. Boom, battled out. Maybe Zach Wilson has more talent than Trevor Lawrence. But a lot of times, the talent that these QBs possess is really expressed or exposed in the NFL. Look at Dak Prescott. He wasn't predicted to be all that great, but he stated when he got to the NFL, he was able to be himself and be the type of quarterback that he is instead of being something else that he's not with the Cowboys. So that's a lot of praise to Dak Prescott out there. Hopefully a lot of these quarterbacks find that as well, especially Trey Lance. But yeah, I think that is the most exciting game coming up. The New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go ahead.
My game has to be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Vince. I cut you off there. I'm so sorry. But my game has to be probably the biggest game of the year. It's going to be the defending champs, Buccaneers, versus the Patriots at Foxborough, the place where Tom Brady went and built. He put furniture in there, gave them 6 titles. Obviously played 20 seasons there. So that's going to be a good game. We got Tom Brady coming back right out of the gate with a Super Bowl win with a new team. We got a hungry and exciting and questionable Patriots team with all these new signings and how the players are going to play it, including Cam Newton. Like Reed was saying earlier, he has a point to prove. Is Tom Brady going to beat Bill Belichick, or is Bill Belichick going to prove that he's still the alpha dog? Right now, obviously, with Brady winning a Super Bowl his first year out of the Patriots, I think the Patriots have a huge thing to prove, especially Bill Belichick. But I got the Patriots by 100 points. Go for it.
Got a question. If you're a Tom Brady fan, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, still love it.
Right. So you should know this, and this is for all the people who don't know this, and especially all you fake Tom Brady fans out there. Not saying you are, Gabe, but Tom Brady holds grudges against certain people, kind of like Nick Foles. So Tom Brady holds grudges against these players. So after the game, still to this day, he does not shake their hand. So he refuses to shake their hand. It is very weird, very awkward, and it's noticeable. People see it. Is Tom Brady, is he going to shake Bill Belichick's hand?
That's a really, really good question because you're 100% right. He did it last season, a couple of seasons ago. He did last season, another season. And he also got asked a question about his 17-0 season. Would you throw away your last 2 championships to go back in time to win that perfect season? He said yes. So he does hold grudges. And I don't think he's going to shake anybody's players' hands. No coaches, maybe a few players, but no coaches. Not Bill Belichick, not Josh McDaniels, not Matt Patricia, not Gerard Mayo, not Bill Belichick's son. None of them. Robert Kraft, leave him out of the picture. He's shaking none of their hands. He's going to go in there with a grudge and try to win. But that's an excellent question. That's awesome because he does do that. Poor Nick Foles wanted a handshake, and he got let down.
Yeah.
All right, Vince.
Reed.
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to look up something real quick. So my game I'm most excited for next year, which I know what you're going to say. I'm a Packers fan. I'm being biased here, but I think the most exciting game next year is the Chiefs versus the Packers. Guys, this is last year. Potentially, this could have been the Super Bowl, but the Buccaneers got one up on the Packers, so it didn't happen. If Aaron Rodgers is still on the Packers, and we don't know that yet, next year, this is going to be a very good game. I was trying to look up before this if they've ever played against each other. The last time we played them, I don't think he was playing. I think he was injured. So I don't know if Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes have ever gone against each other before. So, I mean, think of the matchup. That's a really good matchup. Two, one, Aaron Rodgers has established himself as on the Mount Rushmore quarterbacks, and Patrick Mahomes is well on the way of putting himself on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. So this is going to be a great game, and I'm very excited about it. AJ, you don't like anything I'm saying here?
Who are you talking to?
AJ,
Me?
You're shaking your head the entire way.
I shook my head on maybe Patrick Mahomes making it to the greatest, Mount Rushmore QBs. He's still early in his career. I feel like it's only going to be an interesting game, just like you said, with Aaron Rodgers playing. But you think that this matchup is going to be better than the what do you call that? The rematch against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen?
Yes.
Ooh. That's a bold statement right there.
I got a question for Reed.
Okay.
Reed, if your Packers beat the Bucs last year, do you think the Packers would have beaten the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
That's a good question. As a Packer fan, you always believe that your team can come up on top, but I know it could have gone either way. I would have to honestly give the advantage to the Chiefs, just because I think they're the better all-around team with a better defense, better offense. Not better offense, a very equal offense, I would say. And I definitely think the Chiefs would have put up more points against us than they put up against the Bucs. Our pass rush wasn't as good as the Buccaneers, so Patrick Mahomes would have been attacked the entire game. So I think it would have been a much better game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heroic Turtle 12 says he is excited for the Bucs versus Patriots, the Niners against the Packers, but he's really excited for the Browns versus Steelers.
Why the Steelers?
Whoa.
I don't see them being a good team next year.
Dang.
Shots at Nestor.
Shots at Zombie K98. We have it here again. The same people going at it.
Yep.
Wow. But you know what?
I think he's washed up, Roethlisberger.
The game of the year last year, it was the Browns and Ravens. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was.
Matt Garcia says, Aaron Rodgers, please leave the North. Aaron Rodgers, please leave the NFL. Go play some Jeopardy. Thank you for joining us live, Matt Garcia. All right, Vince, what do you got?
All right. I'm going to try to get away from all the rivalries. I mean, I know Heroic Turtle just said a whole bunch of games that are pretty much all rivalries because we either play every year or every other year. But this is a game, the Seahawks. I'm going to go with my Seahawks because I'm always excited to watch them play. But the Seahawks versus the Titans. That's a game that you really never hear about, NFC and AFC matchup. But the Titans are a team that is very seldom left out, honestly. They're always not talked about, unless you're talking about Derrick Henry, of course. That guy is a beast. But, I mean, every time we're talking about playoff contenders, guys who want to go to the Super Bowl, and we never really talk about Tennessee Titans. And I just think that they're going to give the Seahawks a good game, and I'm excited to play against them, I don't know. That's just my pick.
I think that's going to be a very fun game. Very, very fun game. Ray UDT says, how about them Cowboys? Honestly, I didn't know what he knew what a football was, but I mean, hey, thank you for joining us live, Ray UDT. Really appreciate it. How about them Cowboys? The last game for them, or I don't say last game, but the 17th game that was added is going to be the Cowboys against Patriots. That's probably going to be one of the most intriguing games for me to watch. It's just going to be a lot of history between those two teams and their organizations. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Go ahead.
Little fun fact, I am 1-0 with Cowboys versus Patriots. I won $100 2 years ago when they played. So I'm looking forward to winning another $100. So,
wow. So he's up for a bet.
I'm up for a bet. Anybody?
Honestly, I think I might take that bet. We'll get back to that, Gabe. We'll get back to that a little bit later. All All right, guys. So yeah, then we had a lot of bold predictions there. We're talking about a lot of teams, a lot of players. It's going to be a very fun season. This is supposed to be the most exciting season ever in football. We can't say that because there's another game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And by the way, guys, we are starting a movement. Combine 2 New York teams and give San Antonio a team. Put the Jets and the Giants together. No one cares about them. And give San Antonio. Why are you shaking your head, Reed? Why are you shaking your head?
I don't think you should break up. I don't think you should combine the 2 teams.
Why is that?
There's no need to.
Can you give me another reason? Or like further.
Can you give me a reason why you should?
Yeah.
No one cares about them?
Yeah, because the New York teams, they have a very poor fan base. And when you come to San Antonio, when you look at the other professional sports, look at the Spurs. Very easy to say. They have an amazing fan base. This city is built around them. And they've been begging, and I mean begging for a football team. If you give them a football team here, it's going to go nuts. That's it. The only reason why it's not is because Jerry Jones is on the board of these professional sports, and I know this for a fact because I have someone on the inside telling me this, and he's the one who voted no for San Antonio to have a team. They're supposed to be the next city to have a professional football team before Las Vegas. But there you have. Before was it Jacksonville and Carolina? It was supposed to be San Antonio, but it got voted out by one person. That was Jerry Jones, and that is a true fact, guys. True fact.
And it was kind of proven when we had the Commanders. We were the only team that had a packed stadium when they started playing games for the CFL. So, yeah.
I see you typing stuff up right there. Go ahead.
I just wanted to look when they were established, when both teams were established. The Giants were founded in 1925. The Jets were founded in 1960. So we're talking about 2 teams, especially the Giants, with a lot of history. And I just don't see it happening where you wipe out one of those teams or combine them into one new team. So as much as I definitely think San Antonio would be the best place to start a new NFL team if you were to make one. I'm not denying that. But as far as just disintegrating one of these teams, I just don't see it happening.
It's happened before.
It's
happened before. And I would like for it to happen again. That's all I'm saying. I don't say it should happen again, but in order for San Antonio to have a team, I feel like that's probably the best way instead of starting a whole new division of teams and making the NFL too big. You know what I'm saying?
Where would you build the stadium?
Should I even answer that question?
I'm just asking. That's a legit question.
We got stadiums ready, Reed.
You got stadiums ready?
Heck yeah.
Yes.
NFL stadiums?
NFL stadiums. And they already said, the mayor said 3 years ago, in the next 10 years, San Antonio will have a NFL team. And if that means breaking down the Alamo Dome, these people here in San Antonio are willing to do it because that's how much they love it. I mean, we built the AT&T Center for the Spurs just because we grew so much.
So you think it's going to happen in the next 3 years?
What? No, I said 3 years ago, the mayor of San Antonio said.
I heard different. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know how true it is. I hope it's true. But I mean, you never know. Hopefully one day before we're out of this world. San Antonio Vaqueros. That'd be cool. So the San Antonio Commanders, San Antonio Marshals. There is an arena football team called the San Antonio Gunslingers. So that was actually the very first professional football team that was based off of here in San Antonio. They lasted not even a whole year, but they're called the San Antonio Gunslingers. Fun fact.
That'd be awesome. That'd be real cool.
It would be awesome. Awesome for everyone except for Reed McCall.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the next topic. We're talking about Jajuan James. This happened recently. Gabe, go ahead and kick it off.
Awesome. So if y'all don't know about Jajuan James right now, he is the offensive tackle for the Denver Broncos. He suffered a season-ending Achilles injury, sparking a huge debate and discussion in the NFL is whether or not he should be paid, while being injured. The thing about this is that he got injured on his own working out in another facility, not a Bronco facility. And the big question is whether he should get paid. So we had some players tweeting out, saying their opinion, voicing their opinion, such as Patrick Mahomes, saying that he should get paid. He deserves that money. But a lot of people don't understand is that this is a new season where each team plays 17 games this season and only one bye week. So the big discussion here is, should he get paid? So in paragraph 9 of the NFL player contract, it states that facilities that are not are working out on your own in a location other than the NFL facilities are considered non-football injuries and are outside the scope of a typical player injury and cap guarantee. NFL players contract, meaning the clubs have no credential obligation to provide salary continuation during the year in which the injury was sustained. Like I said, the biggest question is, should these players get paid if they're working out outside of the club facilities? Obviously, coming out from a pandemic where last year we had no spring training, no mini camp, no nothing, and players had to work out on their own or had to get permission to go work out there at facilities. Obviously, with no fair. So I want y'all's input on whether these players should get paid if they get injured outside of a club facility. What do you guys think? What do you think, AJ? I'll hit it off with you first.
You're going to hit it off with me first. Well, in his contract, it said that if he will get paid if he gets injured, but it also stated that if it's outside of a club facility, like you were saying, that deal's done. I mean, it doesn't count. I get it. Business is business. But in a club or organization that you got to find, this is where you separate from a person in business to a human being. I mean, this guy, he was training for what all of us are here to believe. He was training for the team. I mean, I don't believe he would just go out there and just mess around. I mean, I get it if you get injured jumping off a cliff or getting in a car accident while drinking, or you do something very irresponsible. But yeah, it is what it is. That's what it comes down to. I hope the team honors his pay throughout this injury. But yeah, it's something that can't be won legally because it is stated word for word in the contract, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree with the contract part. It's in the contract. You signed the contract. They are not legally obligated to pay you. Now, they can choose to pay him if they want to. They haven't come out and said they are, but I imagine they'll just because of the huge public going against them here and a lot of players, that they'll eventually give them some compensation. I do believe that. But as far as going forward, what this means for the NFL, a lot of players aren't happy about this. So it gets we get into a really gray area here. Are they going to add into contracts where if you get injured while you're training for the season outside from their facilities, that you'll still get paid? How do you prove that you were actually training? Because a lot of NFL players have come out and talked about this, hey, if I'm boogie boarding or skiing at my lake house or whatever, and I injured, hey, I just gotta make it to practice and act like I'm good and then get injured in practice. This has happened before. People try to do this before. They always joke about it. It's oh, you just gotta make it to practice. So we get into really legal matters where there's going to be teams accusing players of
that was horrible.
For our Spotify listeners out there, Reed was explaining his stuff, and everything on his wall just suddenly fell off. So he has a ghost problem or something like that. I'm sorry, it was just so funny. But Reed, I completely agree with you. That's a really good statement and a very good, like I said, statement. That's really, really good. Vince, what's your input? What do you think?
Well, like Reed had touched up on, the Broncos did say they were going to compensate him a little bit, and I think the right thing to do is not really abide by his contract and what it said that they weren't going to pay him because he got injured outside of a Denver facility. But I mean, the NFL PA, man, they're going off on this thing because this guy was supposedly everybody knows this guy to be an honest guy. He was training hard and he ruptured his Achilles. And I got Chris Connolly here from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe he's a wide receiver. He says, half of these replies don't understand a player's offseason obligations. Many don't understand that you're expected to work out when you're away from the facility. He wasn't going against his contract. So, I mean, it's expected for players if they don't make it to the facility workouts, they have to be working out on their own during the summer. And a lot of teams do they don't promote it, but they want to know that you are getting in shape for the upcoming season. I know that Ezekiel Elliott was doing that when he was holding out contract, and this guy was on the beach. You know, who knows if there's a glass bottle on the beach? Who knows if there's something that could have ruptured his Achilles? Like, what would have happened then? Would the Cowboys have been like, oh, too bad. I mean, that sucks. Like, we're not going to sign you now because you got hurt training. Even though he didn't have a contract with them, you know, that those scenarios are always there. But I do believe that the Denver Broncos should pay this guy at least the league minimum, you know, for a veteran minimum, something like that, just to get him some cash flow. Not that he doesn't have any cash or anything, because I'm pretty sure he's saved up if he's smart. But yeah, I mean, this guy was training for the team. And I understand his contract that said we're not going to pay you if you get hurt outside of a Denver facility. But I mean, sometimes you got tough luck like that, and I think in the future, like Reed and AJ and Gabe said, they are going to put this in the contract and legally state it in there in bold. Like, if you get hurt outside of the facility, this is how much you'll be compensated, or you won't be compensated at all. And that's going to be a big thing now with players signing new contracts or restructuring their contracts.
Yeah, definitely. The thing that kind of has me questioning the NFL and facilities and clubs is that I don't know if you remember a couple of years back when Eddie Lacy got like fat, excuse me, they offered bonuses to him if he came back the next season in shape.
Yes, sir.
That's
Do
very
you
true.
offer bonuses for players coming back in shape? You know, how does that work out? You know, it's kind of like they kind of contradict themselves a little bit. So it's a little bit everywhere.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say about this whole thing is that the Broncos are not going to be hurt financially if they do choose to pay him. It's not like they're like counting pennies, like, oh, how much can we give him? They can literally just shoot the money into his bank account and they'll be fine. So if they choose not to pay him, it's just because they're being money hungry, even though legally they have no reason to pay him.
Yeah, and I know the big talk was like they're trying to save as much money. Like any team would try to save that money to sign some other star that's out there, like another offensive lineman. But yeah, like this guy has proven to be a good player for your team. If this guy does work out like he says he does and everybody knows he does, he's going to come back even stronger, if not better. I mean, sometimes you always hear those stories. People feel even better after the surgery because they actually worked on their weaknesses instead of just working on their strengths. So I just think they should pay this guy.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Richard Sherman said that, and he came back not the same. But I mean, it's not for everyone, right? Still good CB. But do y'all know what time it is?
What time is it?
Do y'all know what time it is?
What time is it? What time is it?
It is time for Gabe's Trivia.
Like the office guys are like this.
Woo! It's giveaway time, baby.
Yeah,
Giveaway time.
Cool, All right, so trivia time, guys. I have some prizes here on my desk. I'm excited for y'all to see. It's not those bops back there. If you guys didn't know, it's a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, worth $200 combined. Not a lie. So we're gonna start off the trivia question. So if you've been watching our podcast, I hope you are. I've been asking these guys questions about their team history or anything about their teams. So I asked Reed, you got it wrong. I asked AJ, got it wrong. So today, Vince has a chance.
I got it right.
Whatever, right? Okay, you got it right.
I got mine right.
So Vincent has a chance to prove himself right, to prove that he's a Seahawks fan, to prove that he's a diehard. If he gets this question right, he does get a prize. Now, the giveaway. If you go right now and add us at Twitter, follow us, give a nice follow us on any of our podcasts, whether it's on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. If you give us a follow, be sure to go give us a follow on Twitter, and I'll give out the question right now for you giveaway. So if you get this question right, the first person to tweet out, I listen to Not So Pro with the answer to the question I'm about to ask right now, you will win this USA Team USA hat with a nice little leather. It's really, really nice. Now, here's the trick. If Vincent gets his question right, you have a chance to get rewarded. So Vincent will also win a prize if he gets the question right. The person that wins the giveaway will not only get this, but get the first limited edition throwback varsity lettering Not So Pro Football hat. Shade. If you're listening, you really want Vince to not screw up and get the question right.
Hey, if you have one, text me the answer.
So our Spotify and SoundCloud viewers, we got limited edition caps, you guys. It's a huge giveaway. Stay tuned.
Yeah. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this started. So the question for the giveaway to win the regular hat, the USA hat, the question is, what planet did Anakin Skywalker die on? Go ahead and give us a follow on Twitter and tweet out the answer with the caption saying, I listen to Not So Pro Football Talk every Monday at 6:00
at Not So Pro Football Talk.
There we go. So hope you get it right. Now, Vincent, are you ready for your question?
I guess.
It doesn't sound, I feel bad for these fans. Anyways, your question is, what year did the Seattle Seahawks join the NFL?
Ooh. Let's see. I know it's before 2000 for sure. Let me. I think it was in 1993 is when we actually joined the NFL. That's just my wild guess. I think it's wrong though. Yeah, I think he muted his mic. Gabe, you muted your mic.
Gabe, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Vincent, I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
I got it right. It was in 1976 when the NFL introduced the Seattle Seahawks and its expansion team. I'm so sorry.
Read the speed in the comments. Bandwagon fan.
Question mark?
That's crazy.
Listen, you also could have won this Viva La.
Oh, wow.
Ramos, foam finger. I guess I'll keep the hat here on the wall for another Gabe's trivia. Remember, go follow us on Twitter. Follow our handle at Not So Pro Football Talk. Give me the answer to what planet did Anakin Skywalker die on, and you'll be able to win this USA team hat. Unfortunately, the Not So Pro Football hat will be asked another trivia.
Yeah, remember, guys, that is NSP Football Talk, and you can at us on Facebook and on Twitter. So thank you, guys. That was fun. Gabe's trivia. Wow. I think we should do that every week. Oh, man. All right. Since we're on that fun train right now, a lot of you viewers might have heard the welcome interview that Sam Darnold had with the Carolina Panthers. And if you are watching us either via YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, then you might have seen Sam Darnold make this monstrosity. For our Spotify and SoundCloud listeners, this monstrosity that I'm talking about is a makeshift Panther that Sam Darnold drew just out of memory. And he was timed to draw it, so I believe he only had 15 seconds. I think he actually had 10 seconds. So here on Not So Pro Football Talk, it is time for Not So Pro Drawings. Okay, so we got Not So Pro Drawings right here, you guys. It is not easy drawing a logo on the fly, so we are going to do it. I'm going to pick a logo for Vincent to draw. Vince's going to pick a logo for Gabe to draw. Gabe's going to pick a logo for Reed to draw, and Reed's going to do me. All right, so let's how do we do this so no one has an advantage here? We're going to give ourselves 15 seconds on the clock. Okay. I got my paper.
Goodness gracious.
I got my pen.
Ooh,
I am so ready here.
That's cool.
We're going to do this super quick. And after everyone knows, I'm going to start the timer. And when 15 seconds are up, the pins are up. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Gabe, you go first.
Reed.
Okay.
Your drawing's going to be the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, man. That's a good one right there.
Okay. AJ, your drawing will be the Detroit Lions.
Easy.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Vince, you got the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, Gabe, I'll stray away from these animals, and I'm going to give you the Saints.
Okay.
Go ahead and draw that.
All right. Time starts now.
Oh, my pen's not working.
Oh well.
I got this in the bag.
And that's time.
What?
That's time. That's time.
It was so quick.
That was so quick.
That was way too fast.
That was really, really fast. Okay, so we had 15 seconds to draw a logo. I'm going to go first because mine is horrible oh my gosh. Mine was the Detroit Lions, and this is what I came up with. Here, hold up. I want to see this comment real quick. What are you guys looking at, Reed? Okay, so this is my logo, the Detroit Lions.
That looks like an alien from Alien vs. Predator.
You forgot its hair. He has like a bun.
That's it right there. That's the mane. What? All right. Next, Vince.
All right, guys. Mine looks like a bird, but it's definitely not an eagle. So here it is, guys.
Alrighty.
All right, man.
Also, viewers, don't forget to comment who had the best drawing. All right.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah, we'll show them all at the end again.
And I have New Orleans.
Your turn, Gabe.
Y'all see that right there?
There's no way you made that.
Ew.
Why'd you give him an easy one?
Hey, right there.
Get a win.
$100 auction starting off.
Is that a pie symbol that you have on there?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Reed.
I had the Miami Dolphins.
I can't see it.
Hey!
Go up, Reed. Go up.
Wait.
Go up.
Right there. Look at that.
Looks like a little shark.
That's not
It looks like a shark.
Instead of the sun, it looks like it's on top of the moon.
All right, guys, in the comments down below, let us know who had the best 15-second drawing. And just an FYI, I had a disadvantage because I had to start the timer myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sure.
I think I should get a little bit of extra points there.
You said it was going to be easy, though.
Hey, if I thought 15 seconds was a little bit longer.
Oh, so
Dirty.
in the lead.
What, Vincent?
Two.
Ow!
Hey, don't hate the player, hit the game.
What?
All right. Next, we're still on that fun train, you guys. It has been announced that in 2022, the Washington football team will rename their organization, their club, with a new mascot. Now, I'm going to give us until the time I stop talking for these three individuals and myself to think of a name and a mascot for the new Washington football team. So remember, this is coming out in 2022. I wish I would have thought about this before, but here we're going to give our not so pro take on what that team should be. Remember, you have until I'm done talking, and then you have an extra 20 seconds to draw your team logo with the name on top. So 20 seconds, you guys. That is, I want to keep on talking because I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do. That is starting right now.
Oh man, I got a good one, boys.
Oh, I didn't start this.
Oh, my pen's dying. No. Oh man.
I'm done.
I need one more touch. Hold on, my pen.
All right, that's it. That's time. We went 2 seconds overboard. You can write down the name of the team.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to do that in 20 seconds, AJ. Did you need more time?
Ooh.
All right. Reed, it is tough. I'm trying to do everything here, man. I'm the producer. I'm everything right now.
All right.
Cut me a break. All right. So Ray GT says Gabe's his previous picture looks like an awkward octopus. Sylvia Moya says the Washington Warriors. That's not a bad one. For my picture, you guys, I'm going to need to explain it.
Okay.
So should I start off with mine, or does someone else want to start off?
I think I have a pretty good one. I have a solid one.
All right, go, Gabe.
I have the Washington Presidents. We got a Mount Rushmore right there. You can tell. That was pretty good.
That is pretty good.
The Washington Presidents. Mm-hmm.
I like the hat.
Thank you. And then this guy has glasses.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
It's the details, man. Nice details.
Wow, what president had glasses, Gabe?
Wow. Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, on the fly.
Shit, I should win that hat.
Oh, man. Okay, who's next?
I can go.
Okay,
I came up with the Washington Whales. It's
the Washington Whales.
The Washington Whales.
Why the whales?
Yeah, that's a good
Why
one.
not the whales, man? Whales they mess up stuff in the ocean, man. You go out there on a boat and they'll just knock you over, man.
I thought they were peaceful.
Nah,
we did need another.
not these whales. Not these whales.
Not those whales.
Not those whales.
dangerous whales.
Okay.
All right, go, AJ.
You want me to go?
I'll go, and then you can have the.
Mine's horrible.
I feel like it's just gotten worse and worse as we've gone along with the drawings. So.
Yeah, I think we need more time. Whoever thought about this idea didn't think this through.
I don't know who that guy is, but
anyways,
I got the Washington Rebels.
Oh,
ooh.
Hey, that's copyrighted. That's copyrighted from the game plan.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm allergic to cinnamon. Okay. That's 0 points for Vince for copyright. Unoriginal. I think I'm going to take the cake right here. Right here, I have the Washington Sandcastles.
How do we kick the guy out? How do we kick him out?
Let me explain. I started drawing something. I looked at the timer, and the time was going by so fast, and I had to draw something else. It was going to be the Washington Indians, but we got the Sandcastles out of the Indians.
That looks like the Diglets.
The Diglets from Pokemon. I think I take the cake. Guys, let us know in the comments down below which of our teams should actually be legit.
Washington Wales. Wales.
Sandcastles.
Wales.
Sandcastles.
Vincent, you disqualified.
Yeah.
Games was pretty good. The Washington Presidents.
What?
Tell me about it.
I don't know. I like Reed's drawing. That was a pretty good
Yeah. Look at this whale.
I feel like he
This is
drew
a
that
great
like
whale.
I feel like he
Yeah,
drew
he-
that like in the
he-
middle of the day, and
he
he was
traced
like, I'll keep it here with the rest
It's
of my
on the
drawings.
same paper as the dolphin. We got
So
aquatic
you're
life,
drawing-
man.
You're drawing sea life. That's why.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
man.
It was-
That's Reed's expertise.
See, Renee agrees with me. Mine's is more practical.
Renee,
See?
name 3 football teams.
Yo,
He's gonna name
what
ours.
is up with this Renee slander?
I don't know, but guys, that was super fun. I had a lot of fun doing those segments. Let me know if you guys want to keep on doing segments like that. We have one more topic to go through, and then we're done for today's podcast. Yes, this is a normal timing podcast. It's not going to be 2.5 hours like it was last time. So the last topic, we're exiting the fun train. We're getting back into football. Let's talk this year's Hard Knocks. I love watching Hard Knocks, but I also hate it too because I tend to fall in love with the people on the team, and then in the very last week they're cut, they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. So Hard Knock predictions. I believe there are 5 teams that could possibly be in this year's Hard Knocks, and that's going to be the Broncos, Cardinals, Cowboys, Giants, and the Panthers. So guys, let me know what team you all would like to see on this year's Hard Knocks and why. Who wants to kick it off?
I want to kick it off because I want to pick a good team.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jerry's World, them Cowboys. That would be fun to see. We got a lot of talent and a lot of personalities all in one team. Remember, this is Jerry's multi-billion-dollar franchise. It would be so cool to watch. Remember, these guys used to be America's team. How about America's most reality TV show? They have the Dallas cheerleaders, might not have the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? That'd be super cool to watch. I like that one.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know, but I remember my mom used to watch it all the time.
I don't think it's a thing anymore. I don't know. But I want to go next. Me, on the other hand, I would love to see. I was stuck between 2 teams. So one of them was the Denver Broncos, and the team that I'm choosing are the Carolina Panthers. So that's the team I'm super excited for. I want to see the guy who we didn't get to see before, Sam Darnold. I want to see if he really is that guy, if he really has that high ceiling. I want to see Christian McCaffrey come back. I want to see if he's healthy, if he's the same guy, what his workouts are like. That guy's a freak of nature. And then the other side, you have AJ Boyier. He came from Denver. He has an attitude problem, but he is a true talent. I love watching him play. He's a force to be reckoned with back in the defense. And he's going to be partnering up with the first-round draft pick, J.C. Horn. I really want to see that guy too. I have a lot of high hopes for him. He's super physical. Hopefully he works on his tackling skills. But it was also announced that J.C. Horn is going to be repping the number 8 on defense as a cornerback. Yeah, pretty nice. So that's my guy for Hard Knocks. I mean, my team, I want to see the Panthers. I don't think I'll fall in love with that team also. So that's a plus for me.
Go for it, Reed.
So first off, I like to say that if you want the most views, then you should pick the Cowboys. I don't want to see the Cowboys on Hard Knocks because it would just be annoying. So that's not my choice. But if you want the most views, probably the Cowboys would be your best choice. My second choice would be the Panthers because I would like to see the same reasons for AJ. I would like to see Sam Darnold's journey on that team. But my answer is going to be the Cardinals. I would love to see J.J. Watt on Hard Knocks again. He was on there when they did the Texans.
Oh, yeah.
He was awesome watching him. Same thing with DeAndre Hopkins. And, yeah, I think the Cardinals are a rising team in the NFL, and it would be awesome to watch them on Hard Knocks this year.
Cool.
All right,
Well,
yeah.
I'll pick the team that nobody else was talking about. It was my second choice. At first, I had Carolina for a lot of the same reasons that AJ and Reed hit on. But I think the Broncos, and I'm going to make it a little twist because, guys, I do this a lot. I like to twist stuff in the show. So the Broncos have Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater, right? Those are the quarterbacks that are going to be highlighted. But it's not going to be them, guys. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
There's going to be a master trade because the Green Bay Packers just can't get him back on the squad. And he's going to move to the Broncos because they have the most capital to trade and the most draft picks and all that stuff. So I think that could be an amazing twist because I know that they choose the Hard Knocks as soon as minicamp starts, maybe like a couple weeks before. Fake news by Read the Speed. I don't know. But, I'm just going to speak it into existence. I think the Broncos are going to go. They got a lot of good studs that they picked up in the draft. So even if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go, which he is, I just think that they're going to be a good team to watch. They're going to highlight that team. Not a lot of people really know about them. And I think that's what Hard Knocks is all about, trying to get to know the team, get to know the free agents that might not make it, might make it on the team, So, I don't know. I want to see Philip Lindsay, hopefully. Or is he with them anymore?
no, he's not with them anymore.
Damn.
He is with the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, yeah. He's with the Texans.
So then who they got? They got Devontae Booker?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I don't know who they have in the
They
backfield.
don't have anybody, man.
Right? Dang. Never mind. I retract it.
Not so
Go Panthers.
I wonder who's voting for the New York team, the Giants. Oh, no one?
No one.
Okay. Maybe it should be a San Antonio team.
Oh.
That shot's fired. Jets would be good. But they have a brand new head coach that automatically disqualifies them. Same thing with the Jaguars. There are guidelines for these Hard Knocks. You can't make it to the playoffs for the past 2 years. Can't have a new head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can't be a bad team, too bad of a team. You can't be a good team.
I didn't know that.
basically, the teams are eligible if they don't have a rookie head coach. They must have missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons, and they can't appear more than once in 1 decade on Hard Knocks. Those are the 3 guidelines.
Nice. Sweet.
And that's
awesome.
what the Cowboys made it because the Cowboys haven't been in the playoffs for 2 years, even though they are a pretty decent team. Just gonna throw that out there.
We're gonna end the stream off on bashing
Decent.
the boys.
Bashing
Whoa,
Bashing the boys.
bashing the boys. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here on Not So Pro Football Talk. I feel like this was a fun stream. That's what you missed out on, the NSP Football Talk Varsity Cap. Check that out. Check out our motto, Gabe. Find us on Twitter. If you guys have not yet answered the question to win the giveaway, add us on Twitter, add us on Facebook with the answer to where did Anakin die? What planet did Anakin Skywalker die? So tweet us. I watch Not So Pro Football Talk at NSP Football Talk every Monday at 6 o'clock with your answer. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome, you guys. It's been I've had a wonderful time with y'all. And until next time, you guys, keep on grinding.